Okay, welcome today. I am at the Galleria Borghese in Rome, Italy. This wonderful palace is surrounded by the gardens here, Borghese Gardens. Such a beautiful place to walk around and visit. It's just highlight of my trip to Rome here. This has got to be one of the most wonderful experiences that you can have in art, especially one of the best I've ever been to. When you come into the first room, you're just struck by this wonderful Bernini sculpture right in the center. It's very dramatic. It's just you immediately have such a wonderful experience of art. And there's going to be very many Bernini statues and a couple of paintings in here. This is like the Bernini Cathedral of art. You've got the Cerberus dog with three heads, and he's grabbing this woman. And, I can't even really imagine how this theme would interact with the humans who saw it. It's just such a strange thing. But then we move on to some of these Roman sculptures and Greek sculptures. This I'm going to kind of just focus in on the whole feeling of being inside this building. It's just an amazing cathedral of art. Here is this Cardinal Borghese, and he has all this money from the church, and he's the recipient of it, and he's able to control it, and he's just built himself a cathedral to art where everybody can come and see all the art that he's collected. Here's mosaics from Roman times, statues, and then just look at the architecture. Wonderful marble floors. Every little inch, literally every inch of this cathedral to art is interesting to look at, and it just creates such an experience that it just stays with you forever. I'm sure I'll remember this experience, and it's wonderful that we are able to see this as regular people, regular pedestrians can buy a ticket and come in here and experience all this. It's an expanding, a mind expanding exposure to the limits of human beauty. Now, a lot of these are by famous people. I'm going to kind of skip over that. You can look that up online and just kind of look here. People are pointing at the ceiling, and here's a seated person with his hand in the mouth of a dolphin. Um, and it's not just one room, it's just room after room after room after room. And every room is the highest quality of art. I had so many different thoughts when I was looking at these. Now we do get into this Caravaggio paintings in one room. Uh, I had not seen him. This is the first time I'd seen him really in uh, the actual paintings. I'd only seen him in books, and he is very impressive. And he really has his own style and his own take on what's going on in his time. Here's some Caravaggio's. He certainly has great company here, and the Cardinal liked him. Cardinal Borghese, who collected all this art, definitely liked Caravaggio. Now, when you leave that, you move into another hall, and they have these wonderful female portraits and this male here. This figure really captivated me. I was looking at it for quite some time, and you just really appreciate the. Um, Here's another shot of the ceiling. Now we move to the floor and this Roman mosaic of the gladiators fighting. Not quite as dramatic as the sculpture, but certainly exciting and well crafted and put together. This was all collected in the Renaissance time, so they looked back at the times of the Romans and the Roman Empire and idealized it. Because, in a way, the Roman Catholic Church is an extension of the Roman Empire. Here's another shot of the ceiling. When Goethe went to Italy, he said, "Italy never disappoints." Now into the other corner of this hall. I'm looking at the stances of the sculptures, and they're not very kind of natural, but they just work as sculpture. It creates an experience for your mind when you view these. Now, this one is the sister of Napoleon Bonaparte. She was a very sexually progressive woman, and she had all kinds of affairs. She loved attention, loved power, loved being the center of attention. And here she is, the sculpture by Canova of her. They asked her if she posed in the nude in front of Canova. She said she wasn't worried because Canova wasn't really a real man. Now we move on to this one. This shows the story of Hercules and the 7 labors of Hercules. He's proving his manhood 7 times over. Here is Bernini's David, capturing the moment when David has flung the rock at the monster Goliath. Here's a sculpture by the French artist Houdin of St. John the Baptist. Now we move on to some of the paintings. It's just so overwhelming when you see these. You can't even spend time looking at it. Of course, you only have 2 hours while you're here. This cathedral to art just should take many visits in order to appreciate what's going on here. Each one, has an incredible story behind it, the meaning, the life of the sculptor, who commissioned it, how it was done, who paid for it. Oh, and now we're back to the David. I can tell I'm a little out of order here, but you're going to have to excuse me. It was a lot to put this all together. This one, kind of an amazing sculpture of this woman and this shroud behind her kind of looks like a sail, but emphasizes her face. Very powerful woman. Some more incredible paintings. Get ready for a Leonardo da Vinci coming up. Some quieter paintings, more serene, and then some more very dramatic paintings. Oh, now here is our host coming up, the Cardinal Borghese. And there is Bernini self-portrait there on the right. I really like these three portraits. And as I said, this one on the right is Bernini. I believe that is the... one of these is Borghese. One of these men on the sides is Cardinal Borghese. And this is just amazing. Louis XIV commissioned this of him on a horse by Bernini. And this is just a smaller version. And wow. I couldn't believe this one. It's just so beautiful. Looking back at another ceiling here. You know, really emphasizing how heaven is in the skies, and they surely believed in that. Here's nice, really cute little baby here. This is a Roman art. I was heading my way out after going inside, seeing all the halls, and thankful again that I could see all this. And here's a Borghese. Another wonderful sculpture. From some of those poignant little episodes shown, and here's a very dramatic episode. The author Stendhal wrote that beauty is the promise of happiness. Bernard Berenson wrote that every grade of art has two faces, one toward its own time and one towards the future, toward eternity. The value of art is in the emotional intensity it expresses. Great art is forever young. Here's the wonderful Raphael of the woman and the unicorn. This is the Botticelli. These round ones are called tondo. Berenson said, "The chief delight in looking at great painting is to feel that the forms have a life and will of their own. True beauty is a conquest of the spirit. It lifts us beyond ourselves." Here are these four nudes of women. The one in the center is a Leonardo da Vinci. Cranach on the left. Da Vinci in the center. I'm not sure who the right is. Here's another view of the Raphael. Just amazing. And back outside. Here is the great facade of the Borghese Gallery, one of the most wonderful buildings in the world. Thanks for watching.